2. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in, and we are back. It is Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and I just had to keep this on here. Cornut, thank you for your early super chat. Again, man, usually you're at the caboose, but here you are the train tonight with the first super chat. Thank you so much, buddy, and thank everyone for tuning in, man. This is going to be a pretty cool episode, just laid back, as we always do. Ask me anything, and just kick back, hang out, and it's Easter weekend, so I don't really have any Easter clothes, but I'm like, turquoise, green, blue. I guess that's festive, right? So it works. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, I was trying to think of a topic today, and I got some things I want to talk about. I was doing some research like I normally do that I want to talk about with bear vids and a video with gains and stuff like that. I definitely want to touch on that, but let's just get to the housekeeping. I know we got everyone that's usually here. We got we don't have the full 14.4 volt guys, but we got 25 to life in here. He's always trying to write down. He's the journalist for the news. He's always trying to get the new scoop. Todd, thank you. Happy Easter weekend. Thank you, Todd, so much, man. You are actually tuning in to all my shows. Again, this is great, and I see you on the Unmasked too, man. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to see your build that you got going on. I know we were talking, and Easter weekend sprung up on us, and here we are. But I definitely will want to give your system a once-over, and, of course, tune you up, man, and I want to hear it. He's got a nice Kicker L7R build on the way, and it's going to be pretty nice with a CX 1200.1, I think it is. Oh yeah, it's going to be nice. Who did the Kicker subdrawing? I was waiting for you guys to point that out. I had that on the reverse polarity with Robert Hi-Fi Vega and Dean from 5 Car Stereo last night, and no one said anything. But you guys are always there to catch my new whatever stuff I have behind me. That is my buddy Rob Duncan's artwork from 2018 or no, it was like 2017, because it was like first or second year of Team SP Loud, and it's actually it's a Solo X, man. It's the 12, you know, because he didn't find the 18 picture, but it's good enough. It's a Solo X, and it's literally drawn out, and no one else has that picture. So if you Photoshop it, no, don't do that. But anyway, if I would get a Kicker tattoo, it would probably be that one right there. It is awesome looking. Let's see, 14.4 volt news. I know we got a lot of guys here. I don't want to miss over the chats. William, hey all, happy Friday, Andy. Thank you so much for all that you do. Awesome job last night. Thank you, man. I was on there with the big dogs, and I felt we had a really good show, and there's more stuff that we even side-jagged after the side-jag, and it was pretty interesting, and I can ask Dean and Rob questions all day, man. They are a good tandem to bounce questions off of, and obviously they do what they do, man. It's awesome. Dub Team likes the Kicker shirt. Thanks, man. It's the Marine one. I like it. You know, I like the color turquoise. That was the first color of my Game Boy. So, plus I like blue. 25's coming out with all the IOUs. He hasn't set up his PayPal or anything like that. So it's okay, man. I appreciate you. Larry, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank God it's Friday. You ain't kidding, DJ. But you know what? My week has just started. My week, I feel like, starts on Friday, but really now it starts on Tuesday, and it just never ends. So it's awesome. Let's see here. Creek ER Cromer, thank you for tuning in. Andy, out of all the wall builds you've heard, which has impressed you the most by far as style? Ported, sealed, 4th, 6th. Honestly, I love. It depends how the 4th orders and the 6th orders are, but I've heard a lot of 4th orders, and I just feel like they get low, man. I know 6 orders can do the same too, but with just how speakers are designed and the people that are using those type of speakers, they usually run better in a 4th order design, and done right with a lot of power, man. They can play down to the brown note, 9 hertz and up, man. Honestly, though, for just your basic system, sealed all day, you get that nice tonality. Better bandwidth in my opinion, and ported, I mean, it's not like it's gonna sound sloppy, but it depends, man. It really does. I like sealed. Scott, thanks for tuning in, man. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy? Now, we just got finished up with the Rolling Thunder podcast. It was pretty good, and we talked about our past systems. Dan O'Brien, thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, you guys got to smash that thumbs up button. You guys are already doing a great job at it. I can tell I got like 35 people consistently following me for what I'm doing, and it's awesome that I have just that many people that are literally, you know, like what I do, and they follow it, they stay, you know, they stay with it, and I can tell, man, it's more than just analytics with YouTube, it's dedication. William said he's seen a drawing, he just didn't want to distract me. Thanks, man, but you know what, I don't mind sidejagging a little bit. Andy, before I forget, happy Easter, everyone, from Bobby B. Bobby, you need to let me know if you can be on the Unmasked After Show on Tuesday. I'm trying to get Rob on there, but I know that's asking a lot, because he's going to actually be on the Unmasked Show live at Stillwater. Who else better to have on there, too? But if I can get you too, Bobby, that'll be awesome. Gamish, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Andy, is Dean a nice guy? When I walked in there, I knew exactly what kind of person Dean was, and then when I talked to him and actually had a conversation, I walked out feeling the same way. Dean is Dean, man. Like, literally, there's no, like, positive or negatives or whatever about the guy. Like, he is Dean, man. What you see is what you get. SJC, thanks for tuning in, man. He's talking to Stu, but this guy has been helping me out with my Dell computer. I had a few things that I wanted to do with the computer, but I've been having CPU usage ever since I upgraded my RAM, but it's just like car audio, you know what I mean? You got to do everything. Dub Team says the turquoise would go well with your Cookie Monster colors in the car. It would. It would definitely wouldn't blend too much and would pop out just enough. Lil Craner, what's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in there, buddy. Of course, we got Stu. What is going on, buddy? How you doing? RGA out there chasing tornadoes. Softball-sized hail and tornadoes in northeast Arkansas. Oh, my goodness. JR McMillan! What's going on, buddy? I'm still using your flashlights, by the way, but I will give them back, unlike your table saw, your routing saw, and everything other tool that I have of yours in my garage. Love you, man. Oh, look at that. We got super chats coming out, and I'm missing them. Baba says, no Cornut, anytime is fine. Cornut is always there super chatting at the end, and Baba's just saying, you know what, you can super chat beginning, middle, end. Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. We won't judge you. And Baba, thank you so much for your super chat. I see you got that one there, and I'm not even getting through them all. Look at another one. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, man. As soon as you enter any of the 12-volt audio streams, automatically hit that button, y'all. It does help push it so other people can find this channel, like Baba and other people that haven't been with me since day one, man. And it's just awesome how it's growing, and you guys are just doing the thing, man. You guys really are. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I didn't skip over anything too crazy. Ronco160, this guy's been tuning in from the beginning. At least I see him here, you know, and he's been since the beginning. No base setup in the vehicle. Now, sadly, man, you got to get it going. That's why I have more than one system, just so I always have something. Scott, what's going on, dude? This is my dude. He was around whenever we first started Team SP Loud, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it was the first time I competed. He competed with me in a different class, and we both won first place, I think it was. Or he got third place, I got first place. He was in a different class, though, for sure. He had 4, or was it 6? You know, he had 4 12 kicker CVRs. What's going on, Mullen Performance? All right, Cecilio, how are you? Thank you for tuning in, man. Doing good. Just another Friday, and we are just kicking back, talking about car audio, man. That's all we do. Todd says, I try to guess what kicker shirt you're going to wear before every show. I'm never right. Hashtag jealous. I know I need more, man. I need more. I only have like 4 or 5 options. I need more. Samuel Seal, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Let's see. Got lots of questions. El Fuego says, Dean and Rob spent 45 minutes with me after the appearance on Sidejag. Very cool guys. So it's like Sidejag 2.0. Same, man. They are very cool and laid back. JR says, hey, bro, no problem. I'll get them to you. I really will. DJ ain't loud. DJ Bass ain't loud. Love watching your shows, and I love you guys tuning in, man. I really do, and I try to put out a show that I could watch. If it wasn't me, if I could do that, and be kind of interested and not like, okay, let's just go to the next, or I could just do something else with my life. I could watch paint dry. So you got to make it semi-interesting. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really do. Yeah, I'm about to get to some kind of... If you guys got any kind of questions, man. Scott Shadle metered 145 dB with a 4. I remember you got those up pretty good, man. And then you had like 6 at one point. RGA says Bobby's dedication is legend. 100%, man. 100%. Facebook user from Kicker Club. I don't know who you are. You have to let StreamYard allow access to Facebook so I can see your name. But if you commented again about the same question, I can probably help you out. Would you be able to check out one of these 12s? I think I got screwed. If you're local to me, absolutely. And if not, I can help you out somehow, some way. I don't know how I know you, but good old StreamYard doesn't show the name if you're in Kicker Club watching. But if you're in Kicker Club, I should know you. Byron during the 3rd. Thank you for tuning in. 007, how are you, Andy? I'm doing good, man. It's Easter weekend. Just, it's going to be crazy this weekend, but it's going to be a weekend. So, be able to relax at some point, right? Yeah, you need some merch, man. You need some merch. I want to make my own merch, too, other than just what's on the website that's, like, in my About section. I got a few things on there, nothing too crazy. I do like the new design that I came out with. Better than the first, but the first is out there, so, hey, I got the first OG Living Loud with Andy t-shirt or hoodie, and it's like, oh, well, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. It's, like, rare. I like the second one better. It just, the back design is just a little bit more... detailed or less detailed and just more to the point. Stu said, I swear I watched the entire side jag to see if Andy would ever say a curse word. Mostly that's always going to be off camera, and even if it's off camera, I'm not the potty mouth. You know what I mean? I went to a Christian school for 3 years, and that's how I believe things. But I do have loose lips at times, especially when I'm working on my car or something happens, man. We're human, and maybe on RGA stream. Cassie, thanks for tuning in. See, I got it right this time. Dub Team says, Sound Deadener, thoughts? A lot of talk about it recently. Old school audio people saying it doesn't gain dB, which it doesn't, but it can. Newer audiophiles say it gains. What do you think? It's placement. Sound dampening, it does what it is. It dampens the sound. Deadener, same thing. So if you just put it everywhere in your vehicle, yeah, it's really not going to help, but it's going to make your system sound better. It could make it sound worse in some aspects. It depends which way you look at it. But I know a lot of guys that, do park and pound. When they compete, they put their sound dampening in certain areas, test, remove some, move it, test, over to see where it helps gains and losses depending where they put it. And that's half the battle with SPL. And if you just want your system to sound just better, yeah, you can just put it everywhere. It'll make the sounds, I guess, softer in a way. I don't know. Because it does dampen it just a hair and less rattle. Absolutely, Blake. Thank you for tuning in. He says, even if sound deadening doesn't necessarily make you louder, it makes the whole experience better. Definitely worth it. 100%, dude. .25's trying to troll on me, saying that he's the guy from Kicker Club. I don't think so, buddy. Let's see here. Wayne! Oh, man, we got all the OGs in here. OGs to me. What's going on, Wayne? Hey, Andy, that was my comment about the 12s. Oh, okay. Then I absolutely do know who you are. Yeah, man, just bring it over. You know where I live. I'll take a look at it, see what's going on. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Oh, you know what? Was it that kicker that you bought off of that guy? Please don't tell me it was that system. I swear. I swear. I know who that guy is. I'm friends with him on Facebook. That will not end well. Let's see here. Got lots of questions. Yes, Todd, still making decals. I have the decal machine downstairs. I do have decals here, vinyl to do that, and t-shirts and stuff. I just need to do it. I need to make new decals for my car. A lot of them got destroyed from the winter. Bobby, you're funny. Bava's trying to take the trademark. That Basshead 30 though, man, he's on it every time. He is. He's got that patent too. I think you owe him some royalties for that there, Baba. Good question. Especially now, man. What is worse, burnt peeps or burnt voice coils? Oh, man. I feel like the burnt peeps wouldn't be as bad because, I don't know. Burning sugar doesn't sound too good. But marshmallows that are burnt sound not too bad, but not too burnt. You know what I mean? It's burnt coil, man. That is in your soul forever. Baba says, excited to get my truck back this Sunday, Andy. I was told by Jamie that this was the best sound dampening application he has ever done in a vehicle. Absolutely, man. I never really messed too much with sound dampening other than when I first got into car audio. Honestly, Best Buy had it done first for my car in my Saturn, and then me and my buddy John Ickes put it in my Cobalt because he bought a bunch, and then he didn't need any more. He was like, hey, you want to buy this for like $10? And it was like a whole trunk worth. And I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. So that's awesome, man. I feel like if you're just trying to have just a system in your car, you're not trying to compete in the lanes. You want to know how loud it is, sure, but if you're just trying to just have a nice system and the least amount of rattle and just the least amount of stress that could be going on in your head, well, I can make it sound better. My license plate sounds like crap, or my deck lid is just rattling. Absolutely, add sound dampening. Wayne says it's making some noise. I don't know if it's me or the sub, to be honest. If it's any kind of noise other than bass, it's probably something going, or it's just not going to last too much longer. Usually coil rub, former rub, like inside the coil. It could be something that you could fix. It could be a surround that's coming off and it's not making the speaker be linear, so then you're getting coil rub. Or it could just be the gases from whenever a coil gets hot and expands and rubs on the gap. It could be a lot of that. That's usually what you hear first before it starts letting out the smoke. I'll have to take a look. Scott wants to know, how much is it to meter at the Team SP Loud show? Prices went up just like inflation. Sorry, but it's $20 to meter, still cheaper than any other organization out there. $30 for 2 classes, and actually every class comes with a free class called Max SPL, and that also has a trophy, and it's just one class for everyone. So if you want to do just SPL, it's $20. If you want to do just a Park and Pound, which is our music monster, $20. Or if you want to do both for $30, there you go. And then you get all 3 or all 2, whatever you decide to do. So it definitely is worth it, and our trophies are about this big. So, well, they're about like, they said they're 11 inches. I don't know. It's like 11 inches. Oh yeah. So, but it works. Absolutely. I try to keep the prices lower because, you know, it's like, well, I want to get paid for doing this, for being out here and all the stress that is with running a car audio show and just the prepping and the after part, but I enjoy it, so I'm getting paid there too. But I wanted to get you guys better trophies and to put money in Dan's pocket too for letting us use a stereo shop. That's where it really came into where the price had to go up. My prices could not stay the same of me just paying a certain amount for a location for the whole year. I have to split 50-50 with Dan, so whatever I'm getting half. So, and I need to make him happy, and I don't really worry about it too much, but extra money, I will not complain. Just me, Living Loud decals on my website. I have just basic ones, Living Loud with Andy. It's literally what's on the screen right there, and it's about 3 inches. It's nothing big. It's like $3 or $4. Very cheap. I would like to make bigger ones and then have it where you guys can just contact me and I can ship it to you. But decals are kind of tough too because you can't roll them up. Can't put them in an envelope. So I'll have to see what I can do. I definitely want to have something nicer so you can get bigger decals. I might do a separate website just for decals, but that's a lot of work. But I like decals, and I know you guys do too. All right, now we got the whole 14.4 volt. The voltage drop is gone. We are back and stable. Audio system specialist. What's going on, man? Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in, man. This guy does podcasts as well, man. He does. What is it, every Tuesday or Sunday? I forget which day it was you do yours. Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, he definitely trademarked that, Bubba. He definitely did. He's been doing it for a long time. I was like, man, this every time I go live after, he's commenting on there. I'm like, and then he's like, I liked every single one of yours. And I'm like, wow, thank you, man. Thank you. It means a lot. Because I'm just some random guy too, you know what I mean? Just like you guys. I just happen to be on camera and I gotta kicker stuff and yeah. Alright, well, we're about 25 minutes in. Let me see if there's any other questions. DJ based, I just have a RH34 cutter from, I forget what it's called. They're like $300. Just Google vinyl cutter, 34 inch, that's what I got. It's the main one. Alright, let's see. Jacob Scott from Down for Sound is tuned in. Thank you for tuning in, man. Holy crap. Alright, let's see. Jacob, I got a question there. Have you liked the McGill memes? I seen you sharing them. Have you truly enjoyed them? It's been a while since I made McGill memes, because today's standard, you got to watch what you say, what you do, you know. And there's not that much going on, in my opinion. So memes, the level of quality has kind of been low. But I seen that one picture with Jonathan. I was like, oh, Radiant Rainbow all day, gotta make it. And then the other one is just like, all right, let's just make something, you know what I mean? Because shoot, why not? We're on a roll. Once you make one meme, it's hard to not make more. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of comments. You guys are crazy. Scott says, I'm bringing the memorial build, bro. We need to do something special for Chris. Already got it in the works, man. Nothing crazy, but just enough. Yeah, our friend Chris Barber has passed away, man. Local bass head. Came out to the OG Team SP Loud and even came out to the last show last year. Passed away, man. Alright, you guys are crazy. Let me skip up here real fast. Scott said I did the OG Reading Rainbow Down for Sound. Scott, you're gonna have to send me that. You're gonna have to send me that. Maybe that's why it, like, tickled in my head. All right, let's see. I think we are caught up. Yeah, we're good enough. 20. Come on, man. I'm gonna throw it up, but I ain't reading that one, man. Come on, man. Come on. All right, let's see. Anyway, let's just get to the meat and gravy. Bobby B needs a kicker decal. Dude, check out their website, man. They got a lot of stuff. They really do. They got all different sizes up to 36 or at least 24 inch. I know that much. All right. Scott says, LOL, that's what a lot of people don't realize is we are just normal dudes that turn the camera on because we wanted to do and other people do. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I know we just got done talking about it. And it's just same, man. Same. Ronco wants to know what was the last subwoofer I blew. It's actually this one over here. So I haven't blown one since, man. And that was back in 2017. So 5 years. 5 year streak. It's going pretty good. Maybe I should just blow one for you guys on a little short just to update that score. It's going too good. All right. Let's see. Man, I really want to get to the topic, but I think... Okay. I think we're good. You know what, El Fuego? I got to do something kicker related. He wants to know if I'm dyeing my Easter eggs black and yellow. You know what? If I had full control of that, yes, but I have a woman in the house called Kayla. I don't think she'd be too happy with that. Plus, to get the boys, what do they want to do other colors than black and yellow? Come on, man. But if I had it my way, absolutely. Got DIY audio guy, yo yo yo. We're gonna have to start paying Vega for the yo 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 because he's got that trademark too. Thanks for tuning in, man. We all do it. A square kicker clock is in the making. It is. I just need to buy another clock. Like the clock parts. Deviant, you know what? I just, no, you're done. You're done. Brian says blow a sub every 5 years. Literally. Just keep it as like a tradition, you know. Man, it's been a while. We got to do that again, don't we? All right, cool. Man, I keep getting all these comments. You guys are nuts. Wayne says, I'll give you a call tomorrow, buddy. I'll bring them both by. I usually have good faith in people. Couldn't even make a video on what to watch for when buying used. Right, and that's why, like, that boombox I made, I know not everyone's going to make it, and it's not the easiest thing to assemble, but it's literally for situations like that. Since it has an amplifier on the back, you can carry it, put it in your car, you don't have to hook up nothing to it. Hook up some speaker wires and play music out of it to see if it's okay or not. And then say if you want to check out if someone's amp works, just unhook it from that amp and hook it up to the new one with the remote wire and RCAs coming out of the back of the speaker box. How much easier does it get to test stuff that's used? So you know then before you buy. If a person ever says, oh, well, I don't want you testing it before you buy it from me, red flag, don't buy it. But I've been there before. And you trust people. You think, oh, well, they shouldn't rip me off. You know, it should be fine. But it happens, man. And sometimes it's not even them. Sometimes it's not even them. They don't know. And next thing you know, you got something that's just not what you wanted and you lost some money on it. Depending what it is, I could see if I can fix it. But if it's something crazy, I'm probably not going to be able to get to it. But I'll take a look at it for sure. Basehead 30 is in the building now. He said, listen here. This is my trademark. Bobby B says, Andy, as long as it's not a kicker, but that scar would be okay. I would never do it to a kicker. No, you couldn't make me. You couldn't even pay me to do it. No way. There's no money on it. I'm okay, maybe like $1,000 more. No, $2,000, $3,000, because that's reputation. $5,000. That's all. No, not gonna do it. But the scar, I don't know, man. Hopefully it doesn't smoke whenever we do what we're gonna do to it. We're gonna find out. So maybe that might come up before we think. Larry, we have a lot of yo-yoers in here. Absolutely. Let's see. All right. Let's finish it. Okay. I think I'm caught up to where I want to be. Yeah, usually it's with amplifiers where you'll buy it because it's hard to test an amp. Unless someone has it in their car already running, how do you test it? So that usually happens more than subs, because subs you can physically push on them, and if you know enough you can tell if it's okay, but then you can still have a broken lead inside or some kind of damage somewhere else that you can't see and the speaker just doesn't work, or one coil does and the other one doesn't, and it pushes down fine because it's like slinkied and snapped off and you can't even tell. But one thing I wanted to get into is I might bring it up. Hopefully my computer, even though it's full tilt boogie on the CPU dilemma, I'll see if I can pull it up for you guys, where BearVids did a video and it popped up in one of the, I was just looking for stuff, and it was setting gains. DIY guy, you're gonna like this. It was setting gains with subs connected or not, and with the subs connected, it would clip. I don't want to give it away, but it would clip. Whenever he would set it without the subs and then hook up the subs, it would clip. And why is that? And I knew that before I seen the video, just by thinking about it. Unless your system has no voltage drop, you're going to have less output of your amplifier whenever you have a load. and that just naturally happens. So you're going to clip earlier than you would. I did a video on does it take power to make power? The certified results with a small amp and a big amp, with a small power supply and a big power supply on both. They did less certified power with less voltage, period. So if you set your gain with nothing loaded and your voltage is not dropping, next thing you know, you hook that stuff up, you think you're set clean and you're not. Unless your voltage is perfect. And that's just the first step. You know, it could be just the amplifier because it has a load on it. It can't actually do that rail voltage with a load on it, no matter how good the voltage is. So there's a lot of variables. Maybe I'll pull that up. I thought it was a really good episode. He did it 3 years ago. There's just a lot of stuff you can go online and find out about how things work. And it's like, I've always kind of had that intuition. That's why I do what I do. But it's cool to see it on like literally like a screen, like YouTube, you know, it's like, here is exactly what's going on. Here, maybe I'll pull that up. Let's see. I know the RAM is great, Corn. I have 32 gigs of RAM. Okay. But now since the RAM is all caught up, now the CPU is doing more work in a way, because it can. It's not being bogged down from the RAM clipping. So there's some things we're going to try, me and SJC, but if anything, last case scenario, I don't know if I'm just going to buy a new computer and I'll be able to use this RAM with something else with the same kind of, you know, same kind of computer. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Or we could just upgrade the CPU. I just want things to run smooth. That's it. Give me a flux capacitor from Walmart. I just need something. Let's see. DIY says, if they make that crunchy sound when you push them, that's the given right there, man. Yeah, we got upgraded RAM for sure. I went overkill. SJC says, Andy has so much stuff running. I know I do, and that's the thing where we have to eliminate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I really do. You know that. Gummy bears or mini gummy bears? That's a tough one. Probably mini. DIY guy says, I have 32 RAM. It's a 5-year-old computer i7 processor. Not having any trouble. The video card and the hard drive are my bottlenecks. Yeah, this is i3. I don't know if that's worse or better. So, but yeah, man. I just, I know there's some bottlenecking for sure. And just some things I need to upgrade. But yeah, back to I want to show you the bear vids. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys real fast. The video, it's from 3 years ago, and it's freaking awesome. All right, history. I should have pulled this up earlier, but I kept restarting my computer like 12 times. Okay, here it is. Let me pause this. We got the volume. No, we're not muted. So then what we're going to do, screen share, give me 1 second here, guys. Really going to push this to the test here. Okay. So you guys should see something here like that. Okay.
Yes, now hello guys, this is a really quick video on setting your gains with your subwoofers connected versus disconnected. Now there's many different
really
opinions
good stuff
regarding this, but my advice on the internet and forums will always be, always set your gains with your subwoofers connected. And my reasons for that are because without your subwoofers connected there is no load on the amplifier, therefore your rail voltages are at the absolute maximum that they ever be. As soon as you connect your subwoofers, there is voltage drop across the output rails, across the power supply section of the amplifier, across your power wire and across your batteries. And when that happens, you'll then want clean set gain point with no subwoofers connected is now capped off by the reduction in rail voltage inside the amplifier.
I know what you mean,
it's no longer
DIY
clean.
guy.
So
I know what you mean. I think it's just more for bass, more for bass.
Ideally at enclosure tuning frequency, because that is when your impedance rises at the least and when your voltage drop is at the most. So to demonstrate this, we have on the bench just a Pioneer GMD 9601, which is an amp I just finished repairing, so I thought it was a good idea. Just I might as well use this as a quick bench test anyway, just test it out. And we're going to show the difference between
yeah,
the
25.
sine wave
That's
on
what
the
he
scope,
does.
with no subs connected, and then with the subwoofers connected up. You'll see the difference between
His audio is a little messed up here,
clip
but it
signal
works.
with the subs disconnected and connected. So for a load, I actually have four ohm dummy loads here, which then in parallel equate to a 1 ohm load. So we're going to be loading the amplifier with a 1 ohm static load, and for a power supply we have some pretty big supply. We have 375 amps worth of continuous power supply, current supply, which is more than enough for this quick test. And we have a 40 Hz sine wave coming in on the RCAs. So without further ado, let's power the supplies up and let's show you first of all the load disconnected, where the clipping point is at 12 volts here. So let's go ahead and start the tone. We're just going to go ahead and take our scope probe and see where this clips at, with no speakers connected, no subwoofer or load connected. So looks like our maximum clean sine wave there is 38.1 volts RMS of clean sine wave. So that is with no speakers connected whatsoever, and that is a nice clean sine wave. So in
That's
terms
just
of
his
many
sound.
people
It's
who
bad.
are setting their gains like this, that would be where they would leave it, and they would then go ahead and connect their subwoofers up to the amplifier and start playing away. However, let's see what happens when we connect our subwoofers to the amplifier. So I'm going to go ahead here and just attach my my dummy loads to the amplifier. So we have multiple dummy loads here. Multiple dummy loads in parallel to equivalent to a 1 ohm load. Let's just shove those in there. Tighten these up with the Allen key. So without touching the gain position on the amplifier at all, I'm just going to go ahead and start the tone once more with the load connected, and you'll see the difference in the sine wave. Uh-oh! Look at that. Now we only have 35.5 volts RMS of clipped sine wave now from this amplifier. So now that the amplifier is loaded, the rail voltages have shrunk down from their maximum, which was around about 38 volts RMS worth of sine wave on the rails, and now we only have 35.5, and that is a clipped sine wave. So I'm going to just go ahead and disconnect the loads again. Just going to loosen these Allen key.
His videos are really good.
So the loads
really,
are now
really good.
disconnected from the amplifier.
Sometimes they're very long and hard to understand, but this video is right to the point.
There we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead whilst the tone is playing. I'm going to go ahead and plug the load into the amplifier whilst the tone is playing, so you can see it drop off on the screen. I've got to do this carefully here.
Yes, El Fuego. Third error is back.
That's 2 of the wires in. 3. There we go. So you can see there, as soon as I touch the wire on the amplifier, there's a big spark. I don't know if you can't see that here, but there's a big spark from the amplifier speaker terminals as I touch the wire, and then we have the clipped wave there as a result of connecting the load to the amplifier. So, I don't know if that's enough proof for you, anyone you guys is watching that there, but this gets even more intense the bigger the amplifier you do. So this is only a little 1200 watt amplifier. If you was to go for a 5k or a 7 or 8 or 10k amplifier, the voltage drop across the rails gets infinitely bigger the bigger the amplifier you go for. And so the difference between unclipped sine wave amplitude and unloaded sine wave amplitude and loaded sine wave amplitude becomes even more drastic. So if you were to set up your 8 or 10k amplifier with no subwoofers connected whatsoever, you would see a huge, great big sine wave on the scope, nice big high voltage, yeah, awesome, nice and clean. You connect your subs up and play the exact same tone, the exact same settings and everything like that, and it is heavily clipped due to voltage drop across the output rails, the power supply in the amplifier, your cable and your batteries and alternator. So guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot.
Go check out his channel if you guys haven't already. I'll leave a link in the description after the video is over so you guys can go check out Sam's video. I feel like that was straight to the point, literally, and it makes me think kind of differently of how I'm testing and gain setting my amps. But like DIY guy said, maybe not for 1,000 hertz scream in your ear, your mids and highs. You could probably just set it at a negative or at 0 dB. Just you'll be okay. The cleanest you're going to be set, and that's how you should set your stuff anyway. 0 dB FS. If you go negative, you're just trying to get more out of your equipment, and just plan differently, honestly. But I think that was a really cool demonstration of just showing how the amplifier reacts under a load. And people, you know, that's the one thing, you know, you unhook your subs and you do it. And that was the first time that I ever had my system gain set by DD1. They unhooked the sub and did it. And then the second time I did it, I'm like, just keep the subs hooked up. It's fine. I don't care. You know, I want to see if there's a difference. I swear it was louder. Just a little bit. It sounded better. And that was probably because I was clipping. But hey, who knows? That's a judgment call right there. Let's see if I missed any crazy comments here. You guys are just going nuts. Yeah, Bearvids, he is a very, very intellectual person, and he knows what he is doing. Self-taught, those are the best ones, man. Because you run into every problem when you're self-taught. RGA, we are going to notice when you're MIA. Speaking of MIA, the third era is back, Deviant. I know you probably don't watch Hi-Fi Vegas show, the reverse polarity, but he was actually there, and that was the first time he showed up. So it's not like you've been missing something for a long time. He literally just came out the woodwork, which is just awesome that he's back. Now, if he's going to be posting videos, I don't know. I did reach out to him literally the day before, so maybe that was something, but I just kind of just said, like, hey, bro, like, what's up? Like, how you been? Hopefully everything's okay. And I don't think he got back to me. If he did, I didn't see it by now. But I have to just check in, see what's going on. But yeah, third era's back. The milk carton worked, guys. Yep. All right, let's see. Overlapping gain, not for me. Yeah, definitely not for your mids and highs. Your bass, I guess, if you want to try to get something more out of it, I don't know. Just be smart with the bass knob too, man. Honestly, you can have your gain set at whatever. I feel like a lot of it comes down to the user. Baba says, yeah. Third era even said that he wasn't 25. LOL, go watch the replay, guys. Yeah, you're going to have to watch. You'll see it in there. You'll see him in there. They throw it up and everything. He is alive. Let's see. If you guys got any other questions, I mean, we've been on 46 minutes tonight. I know I say this every time at like 45 minutes. We're going to keep it short tonight. And like another hour later, when then. But drop your questions, man. I'm trying to catch up on the comments here. William has a good point, and that's at 1 ohm where the speakers will rise above that at 1 ohm load resistor, but I feel like when you set your gain, unless you're doing it by math, it's going to be different, but if you have your gain set at, well, that's the thing, when you set your amplifier with just the gain with no impedance, how does it actually figure out what the real voltage can do cleanly? I don't know that. Maybe it's just the physical limits of it. I think that's literally what you're looking for. and then say like if it does like, you know, 38 volts, like how it was doing in his video, and then with a load 35, that's at 1 ohm. So whenever you would do it, hook it up with speakers, it's going to be even lower. But I feel like with the voltage drop, you're going to be able to set your gain more appropriately. Just try it. Literally try it with a DD1. If you got a DD1, it's still going to show the same result. You don't need a fancy O-scope or an SPL lab to do it. DD1, set your gain with no speakers hooked up, and then set your speakers, or hook up your speakers, and see if you're clipping. Just see. Just see what it does. Just literally tap it in there. See if you're clipping, same volume that you set your gain at. See if you are clipping. If you are, this is a game changer for a lot of people. Not everybody. Not everybody. If your electrical's right, you shouldn't have a problem. It should be very minute. But if you don't have the best electrical, and you're just now learning how to set your gains and play within, you know, a reasonable range, this could be make or break. You know what I mean? It's just like another point to be like, hey, maybe when you DD1 it, check it afterwards to see if you're still clipping. If not, back it down a hair. I feel like this is good stuff, man. I feel like it's gold. I really do. And it's been out for a while, 3 years, man. But I kind of already knew that, you know. Like literally, yeah, I set the DD1 with no speakers hooked up just because my neighbors hate it. But I have definitely done it multiple times, and then I go back and I play it and I look at it, and it's like, oh, I'm clipping. I gotta go back a hair, turn the sub level down just so I don't have to worry about it. Or I usually leave myself headroom where I will clip, but I have it that way on the bass knob, especially with the Bluetooth bass knob that shows when you're clipping. It's a little bit easier. I have the bass a little bit higher, aka gain. So on music that doesn't hit quite as hard, I have that fill. I have that dynamic. If I need to give it a little bit more gravy, I can. And if I want to make my mids and highs a little bit louder because the source that I'm listening to or the music that's recorded isn't quite as good, or the vocals aren't as good, and I want more out of it, and I want to push more out of my vocals, so I leave headroom on my bass knob. I set my gain within a reason, you know what I mean? And honestly, it all comes down to the user. I love going on rants. I really do. No 25, you're going to have to tag him. I don't think he's seen your video. I know, I had a pretty crazy week. I'm kind of tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired. Not that I've been whatever. I've been working on my car a lot, man. I really have. I've been going crazy over. My back's been hurting when I wake up. Like literally, I feel like I'm 31 finally, just by working on that car. And then, you know, it's the holidays and had to get up a little bit earlier, I guess. Not really. I went to bed late. I went to bed late last night. But still, didn't sleep the greatest. You know how it is. Dave, you're late. Thanks for tuning in, man. Dave and Andy show. How you doing, man? Well, I am really behind on the comments. SJC says negative 5 dB will get you up to 10% distortion. What do you mean by that? You mean like when you set it at the negative dB 5 full scale, and then to set it up to 10% distortion? Or is that like, because like usually when I say up to 10% distortion, that's more like my past the certified rating into the clipping, like a soft clip, if you will. Anything past that, you're hard clipping. It's not going to sound good. But right, it could maybe give you maybe distortion that you wouldn't want. Maybe that's a way that you're describing it. If you set it in a certain way, I don't know what you mean by that, but I tried my best. Come on, man. What am I doing, RGA? DIY guy said Third Era posted an awesome console build to Facebook. It is a work of art. Not sure if he built it or what. I'm gonna have to check that out. Lots of comments, trying to skip through them. Stu wants to know how much clipping is acceptable also. I've heard people, it all depends. I mean, you really don't want to clip, but I feel like that soft early clip isn't gonna do too much damage, and that's like that 1 to 3% ratio. I know when I tested a lot of amplifiers from Kicker, they had a hard time going over 3 or 4%. Like anything more, it just didn't do it. It just didn't have any more gain. There was no more amplitude to be made to make it clip more. Now, is that because they have some kind of resistors and just stuff built into the amp to make it so it doesn't clip as hard? That could be a thing. I know with crappier amplifiers, they can clip harder. Does it make more power? No, it's not making more power, it's just making more heat. So what is acceptable? It's not how much per se, but how long. Just heat. Being able to disperse the heat. You can clip 50% distortion. If you have 500 watts on a 1,000 watt subwoofer, it's probably going to be fine forever. But if you're right around that threshold and you're giving her the beans and you start clipping, and then you start clipping all the time, you just think that 3% of 500 RMS on 500 RMS amp in a real world, not just kidding, you're going to get like 600 to 700 watts of heat. And can the sub handle that? Not for long. That's the easy way to put it. But can the sub take 1200 watts at a burst? No problem. It's not even going to sweat. As long as it's mechanically still structural there, it's not going to jump out the gap. It's going to take it, but for how long? That is the question. Try not to clip. That's the worst thing. SD says, I set my gain, or Scott, I set my gains by the clipping indicator. It's 2022. Right. I feel like every amplifier just needs that and needs it now. If not on the bass knob, I know some Terra amps, just they come with it on the amp. What good is that? They have those little extenders, but then can you use the bass knob? You can't. You got to have an additional bass knob RCA type. You can't run both. It's either one or the other, at least from my understanding. Maybe if they would fix that, that'd be great. But I feel like every amplifier needs to have a distortion detector, because it's like, man, like, or something, man. I know, Scott, you said yours had clip limiters. I know that might not be good for SQ and dynamic range, but shoot, man. I mean, we still got almost 30 people watching this whole time. Steady. They went up to like 38, but that's normal, man. That's normal. It's totally normal. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I love you guys. I really do. PayPal up in here. Dave says, thank you for the super chat. Still need to give you my darn PayPal. It's just my name and 24 at the end. Literally as you see it on Facebook, man. At gmail.com. I need to make a new one, though, because of taxes, but it'll work. But I appreciate you, Dave, and I love you so much, man. Thank you for tuning in like you always do. Baba, he's like, oh no, Dave started. I'm coming for you. What Cossack said, yes. Deviant with a super chat. Here's 28 cents from 14.4 full talk. Thank you, Deviant. Appreciate you too, man. You guys are awesome. You guys really are. 100%. RGA says, I don't know what I'm doing. How should I know what you're doing, Andy? Right. We're all just lost in this world, you know. And we're listening to the person that thinks they know the most. Full scale DB, someone's been watching my videos. I know a little bit more than I look like I know. What's weird stuff. But it's because I'm intrigued by it like you know. I like your content, man. I do like it. And we have a similar mindset with that kind of stuff, where you want to know why things work and how they work and proper definitions to a degree. I'm not no scholar or anything, but I do like to know what I'm talking about, at least, you know, especially doing this stuff. You got to. And you're learning every day. But yeah, DB full scale, absolutely, man. Because I'd always say DBFS, and I never knew what I was talking about. But I knew it was like either, you know, 0, -5, -10, -15. That was like the normal whatever. But it makes sense because it's just, you know, you're literally lowering it down how many dBs and then sending that signal to match whatever. And meanwhile, it's just, you're almost going to be clipping your amplifier if you do the same thing. I like it. It gives you more dynamic range and more power out of your amp. Not really. Honestly, I like setting it at 0. Or if you can, maybe -5, because a lot of music is recorded at -6, -3, especially when you stream like through Spotify and stuff. I had to look that up, of how many, you know, what's the recording level for that. Not everything's recorded at 0. Why would it? It would be clipping all the time. So you kind of, it's a rabbit hole, man. It's like, where do you set your gain at? I like 0 just because it's less clipping, and if I need more, then I need more power. I need more speakers. I need more of something else rather than just trying to get the most out of what I have. Honestly, man, 100%. That's how I feel about it. Love your content, DIY guy. 100%. Larry says AB amps clip soft and still sound good. D, no thanks. I stay out of clipping. See, I don't know about that. I don't know. I have no clue, so I'm not going to say yes or no. But I smell different reasonings from that comment. But I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I feel like clipping is clipping, but with the different technologies of how the signal is produced, maybe. I don't know. SJC, I prefer not to clip. Clipping kills. 100%, man. It's worse than tobacco. If you clipping, you tripping. You know it, fool. Bubba says, I am running all Class D with Quest for efficiency, so I am trying to avoid getting Mechman alternator, etc. Might cave and do a Titanate lithium. Right. The alternator upgrade is like the biggest step you're going to do for your car, just because it's forever for that car. You can't take and put another car. Not really. So, yeah, been there a long time. Most of my car audio, literally, I've had a high output alternator for what, 2 years, 2.5 years, give or take. So, right, but you can get away with it to a certain degree. But I was just talking to a guy that was local, literally, and he upgraded his alternator and didn't add any electrical at all. Like, he had 0 gauge, but he didn't have the big 3 done, and no battery in the rear to help with the dampening of just to pull the amp current. And he's frying alternators. Yeah, they were cheap high output alternators like eBay and AutoZone of whatever their high output alternators are. But they kept frying stuff, and he's using AB technology. Literally, that's the thing. His dad was in the car audio. It was his dad's car, dad's amp. I don't know if it was all put together in his dad's, when his dad had it, but it's all his old equipment in his dad's car, and he keeps frying alternators. I'm like, dude, you need a battery. One yellow top in the front is not going to do it for what you're running. And he's only got maybe 1,000 watts clamped, but AB technology, you're pulling 2,000. That's why. It's a lot of demand on the alternator, 100%. So you can get away nowadays with lithium, but at the end of the day, your batteries will get depleted. And then it's like, well, do you want to take time to go outside, charge your car, because it's never going to get fully charged with you playing your system and you got a stock alternator? You're just constantly draining the batteries and stuff. So if you don't mind plugging your car in after you're done, we're driving around for 15-20 minutes and keeping the system off so that the batteries do have a chance to recover in a way. I mean, you should do that anyway, but it's going to be even worse with a stock alternator and just running a crap ton of batteries to try to throw a bandage on a wound that just needs to, just be actually fixed. Deviant, you are on a roll tonight. I'm gonna have to email you. Ooh. Distortion down low isn't easy to hear. Probably. I mean, I'm sure under the 30 hertz range it might be really hard. I feel I can hear when a sub's clipping. Not like it's a 1.5% distortion. It's clipping. No, like 2.5%, 3. It's like, don't sound right. Don't sound right. And even if it's really, really loud, you can almost tell. Like, it's weird. It really is. Team Pi has clip limiters, and yes, they work well. I know, that's pretty cool. I like that. Dummy proof. But there's the other aspect where DIY guy says, I tested an amp with a clip meter. Sounded terrible. I feel like dynamic range is limited, but then just don't drive the amplifier to its full potential, but then you're not getting the whole amplifier you normally would get. I feel like it's a type of amplifier that is meant just so that there is no clipping involved and to take the guesswork out of it, and maybe to suffer some performance. But maybe you're saving some money in the end by not clipping your speakers and overdriving them. But that can happen just by adding too much power to begin with. So where is the benefit? I feel like the benefit is just maybe for guys like Scott, just so that they know what they're running and it's just less chance of clipping and heat to destroy their woofers. Now for sound quality, I bet you they're not at all. Probably instead of clipping, it just stops the power of that dynamic punch from the kick drum or the hi-hat or whatever, which way you want to look at it, and muffles it. Like an all-pass filter in your car, the bass is hitting and it goes away, and it's like, what the? Where'd all the highs go? All the lows, they're gone. I just got all this, and I don't want that. I want the dynamic range. Awesome, awesome, man. Wait, what is this, Deviant? Andy not even going to show, is that a piece of framed art behind his right side? Absolutely, and I got on sticky tape, so it's not moving, it's not going to fall. That's my buddy Rob Duncan. He drew that back in 2017 for me. He's a tattoo artist, owns his own shop now, and he's awesome, man. Maybe I'll leave a link to his Facebook page on this too. Remind me. He's really good, man. Randy G, will there be a Solo X18 coming? I cannot confirm nor deny. Solo X family is in the making, and I cannot wait for the L7X to be released, and hopefully that's, what, midsummer coming up here? That'd be great. DIY guy says 0 dB on mids and highs, minus 10 dB on the sub. Right, just like we were talking about, like how clipping is a little bit less heard at lower frequencies, and there's more leniency for a subwoofer to be clipping a little bit of the dynamic range compared to mids and highs. Yeah, you don't want to be pushing that. Awesome. Well, I don't know how far behind in the comments I am. A little bit. Not too bad. But behind. Yes. No, it wasn't Auto Tech, but he was looking for Auto Tech. And I geared him towards Ohio Generator. I was like, I would go with something that you want. It's going to last a long time. The price is going to be higher, but it's quality stuff, man. Randy G says, I guess I could settle for 12s. Same. I'm going to get some 10s. I want the 10s. I had my Alpine 10 Type R little monsters. That's what I called them, little monsters. Cookie Monster. Before Cookie Monster, little monsters. Wish I never would have got them, but that's how I got my Solo X18. I traded for them. I traded my 2 Alpine Type R10s and a Kicker L7 12 for Solo X18, and never looked back. So, but I do miss them, and I kind of want 10s again because they just look nasty, man. Like big surround, and just like you hear all that bass, and it's coming from these little guys in their trunk, and it's like, man, 3 inches of excursion on some 10s. And its kicker, come on! It's gonna be crazy, man. Alright, well, we went over the hour, and of course we stream twice a week, at least on this channel. Sometimes more, but you know, we're gonna have some fun, and on Tuesday, if you guys got any last questions, throw them down before I end the stream and sign out. So let's see if we got anything crazy. Nick, what's your Eclipse DB? I do a 150.32. Hopefully I can get a 51. If I can get a 51 after everything I'm doing this year, I'll be happy. And it's the same build, really, just tweaking stuff. It's all under 2,000 watts, 1850, I think, or 1860 watts. I did a 150.32 at 32 hertz. And that was at the kick. The headrest, I'm doing a 149.78. Same power. He doesn't work for Ohio Generator anymore. He actually has his own alternator company, DB Alternators. He works with Scott. You gotta get with Scott to get with him now. He makes good stuff too, but you know, if you want to go with the budget option, this guy's got like a classic car, and he's real worried, like how I was with lithium. You want to get something that's just safe, not gonna have problems, reliability. I can't say that. I'm not saying that, you know, DB Alternators is good or bad, but they just started out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put my name out there on a company that I don't know 100% about. I know the guy is a great person, great friend of mine, James Bruce, but still, Douglas Bruce. But still, you know, it's just, yeah, Ohio Generator, man, and they don't pay me a dime. Good stuff. All right, let's see. All right, we are caught up, at least from my opinion. We are caught up. Awesome. Awesome. Baba says the internet has just dropped at work. Oh no, that's the worst. Hopefully it's not my internet. My computer has been 100% full tilt boogie, and it's like really bad. But we're gonna fix that hopefully for Tuesday. And awesome. Larry made it to the end. I know, or Ashy made it to the end. I know he was in here earlier, but he had some family stuff. He made it. I'm still alive, but I'm actually gonna be signing out here momentarily. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Baba says, great show, Andy. I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do, Andy, but I just don't want to spend any more money. I know. That's the hardest thing, man. Do it within reason, and take your time, man. Take your time. Car audio and what we do will always be here tomorrow, unless something crazy happens. That's how I've been looking at it. I wanted to get a 150, and that was my ultimate goal, and well, Hair Tricks kind of worked out in my favor too. But I do want to build. I want a big build just like everyone else has, Scott and Casey and just everyone else I know. Come on, man. And it's just like I feel like I'm behind, but I know when the time is right, I'll be ready. Nick, have a good night, Andy. Heading out. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Bobby, you better let me know about Tuesday, man. You're harder to get a hold of than Kim Kardashian. El Fuego, thank you guys. Dave, Andy, have a great night. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in, Dave. Love you, buddy. Oh, beat you, Cornut. Baba with the super chat. Oh, it's okay. I know Cornut. It's going to be like the last 10 seconds, like, boom, super chatted. He always did that. It's so funny. You guys are crazy, man. Thank you so much there, Baba. Everyone that supports and just tunes in, man. You guys are freaking awesome. And, oh no, 25. I don't want to know any more big news. Last time that happened, you know what happened. Come on, man. All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be here live again Tuesday after the Kicker Unmasked show with Robert Hi-Fi Vega that's actually going to be on there. And you know what? I have some editing to do. I actually have to get the Unmasked featured builds that I put together for just Facebook for the guys that got their builds featured on the Unmasked show. So I got to do that. Thank you for reminding me. And as always, stay living loud, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. I'm still dancing, 25. I'm still dancing. Cornut coming into Caboose. And everyone, I forgot to say, Happy Easter. I'll see you guys next time.